Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to experiment with some Dunhill blue flints in these couple of Ronson automatic petrol lighters that you see in front of you. These are both recent projects that we have had on the channel. You have seen repair videos for both of these lighters. I just fueled this one back up, so we may have a little bit of vapor lock going on in there. It has been, for the most part, an every strike lighter. The Ronson gem, I just got finished repairing yesterday, got it working again, and it was definitely suffering from vapor lock when we first fixed it. Settled down a little bit, and it's not lighting quite as often as it was. When I first repaired it and filled it up with fuel, it was pretty much lighting every strike except for those that were obviously being blown out the top because of vapor lock. And you've seen it miss a time or two there. I was conversing in email yesterday with our buddy Robert Hollingsworth, and he was asking me about the Dunhill blue flints. The old Dunhill blue flints, which were a deeper blue color, have always seemed superior to me than any other flint. They give you a much more superior shower of spark. But these new Dunhill blue flints, which are very bright blue compared to the old ones, have been a bit suspect in the lighters that I have used them in. However, most of the lighters that I have been working on lately have been old aluminum block petrol lighters that may have suspect file wheels in them to begin with. And these Ronson automatic lighters were where I first noticed that the Dunhill blues could make a real difference. So, like I said, this lighter has pretty much been an every strike igniter since I got it cleaned up and working. And this gem also, you can see at times, looks like it works exactly as Ronson has always advertised. They light every time, and then other times it'll go a few strikes without it. So really just skipping one here or there. And we do have some other lighters if we don't really discern what we are after by putting these Dunhill blues in these Ronson lighters. Then I have a couple of other automatic petrol lighters that may have a bit of a suspect spark that could be improved, that we might try these in. So we drop our red flint out of there, and we would drop the new Dunhill blue flint down. And what I am attempting to discern here is, does it appear, let's get that grooved in the proper direction, So again, what I'm trying to discern here is, does this new Dunhill blue flint make an improvement on the shower of sparks produced by the slider? Does it ignite more reliably with the new Dunhill blue flint in it? And if not, do we put one of the old Dunhill blues in there and find out that it performs better? So, taking so long to ignite there, that could just possibly be the flint finally getting grooved and really getting the whole surface of it to where it's producing a spark. May take you a minute to actually get it grooved all the way. So there's, well, about 4 in a row, but then 2 times in a row that it didn't light. So we'll let that one set for just a second. This lighter has seemed much more likely to need the Dunhill blue flint. Like I said, there are times here where it will ignite 3 or 4 times in a row, and then there are other times where it will miss 3 or 4 times in a row. We will remove the flint spring and screw from the gem. Knock that flint out of there. And I mentioned our buddy Robert Hollingsworth earlier. These red flints are courtesy of Robert. Sent those to me well over a year ago, and I still have the majority of a tube left, or around half a tube left anyway. I do appreciate that, Robert. Get our flint spring screw started. Groove our flint in the proper direction, or get it started that way. And tighten our flint spring and screw on down. So now we've got the Dunhill blue flint in this one. Actuate this several times. And you guys witnessed that the slider was missing on a regular basis. That it was, I wouldn't say altogether undependable or unreliable, but definitely you shouldn't go 4 or 5 strikes without lighting for sure, especially when Ronson advertised that it lit every time. So if this lighter will turn into an every strike igniter, then obviously the blue flint would make a difference. We do not, or I would not think that we should have vapor lock in this lighter right now. It was filled up yesterday. It has lit pretty reliably, even though the flame was pretty big. Not out of control looking like it was when we first lit it yesterday. And not really waning, not looking like it's trying to drop all the way down and turn into an ember either. Really cool lighter. Even though this gem is pretty small, it's easy to kind of tuck away in your hand to gain purchase for ignition. So I will keep these new Dunhill blue flints in these 2 lighters and use them as I am in need of combusting something on a break here around the headquarters, over the weekend, in the evenings, whenever. And then we will do a follow-up video. But I have to say, Robert, at this point, considering that this lighter is not suffering from vapor lock, that we've had ample opportunity to groove this flint, that at this point in time, I do not believe that these newer, lighter colored Dunhill blue flints provide the same shower of spark as these older, darker blue ones did. If they did, I think that you would be seeing this lighter light pretty much every time that the button was pressed. It's not like you should really have to be getting a hold of it, really pounding down on the thumb lever or anything like that. You should just be able to push the button and the lighter light. So we will record a follow-up video. I would love to hear your insights in the comments section. And although I have not reached my final conclusion, that is certainly where my head is at right now. That the new bright blue Dunhill flints are not the same superior product that the old Dunhill blue flints were. Until next time.